There we are. Hello,
Hello.
everybody. Look who I got with me. I'm so pleased to be back with Ritchie, coming to us from the UK.
Yep.
And we're just commiserating on the lousy weather that we're both having.
Mm. Oh, it's been torrential rain. Every day I've gone out and I've just got soaked, and I'm absolutely fed up with it. I just want some
I bet you
sunshine.
are. Well, you know what's really strange is here in Seattle, it does rain a lot. But if you carry an umbrella, they know you're not from here. So you almost have to suck it up and get all wet just to go somewhere, just to say I'm not a tourist. Yeah, I know, isn't it silly? It's so
I'll have to
silly.
remember that if I ever visit.
Yes, yes, and you must come visit. Absolutely, we
I'd
have a
love
spare
to.
room
I'd
here.
absolutely love
Yeah.
to. Love to.
Oh, Jackie's Crystal Moon says yes. It's miserable
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just the UK. We've had hurricane storms last week, and it's just been unseasonable, and all the
No
trees,
good.
and there's no crisp leaves to trip through and scatter and play,
They,
and
they,
it's all damp and squidgy and slimy. So it's like, oh,
I had my garbage cans completely covered with leaves, and it's like they had hair on them, if you know what I mean, because they were so wet. I had to go out there and bang on them, you know. Ooh, what a mess. Yeah, just a mess. Just a mess.
I love
Oh,
it.
goodness. Well, you know, I just love working with you, Richie, and I'm so glad we could work together. I know that you're a busy guy, and
Mhm.
he's also a teacher, as you all know, and us teachers, we commiserate and we do understand the pain.
Yeah, we also have bits of energy where we're like really energetic, and also other times when we can hardly sit in a chair without
Hardly
falling
sit in a
asleep.
chair. That's right. You know what's really funny was I ended up buying one of those grounding mats for my
Oh yeah.
bed,
Hmm.
and it plugs into it's not like it's heats or anything, but you plug it into the main power grid or whatever in your home. And you know, I have slept better with it. I don't know if it's just me and it's mental
Oh, that's
or
good.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, but it's helped
yeah.
me ground because sometimes as a Libra especially, I'm out in the wilderness here, you know, up in the sky with the air signs. So I need all the grounding I can get.
I like to go
Oh,
outside for my grounding, walk,
uh-huh.
sit in a muddy
Yeah.
puddle, and just go, yeah.
Oh, definitely. Well, you got a beautiful place that you can do that. And that's,
Mm.
yeah, when it's not torrentially raining anyway.
It's not torrentially raining. In about June, it will clear up. It's
In
fine.
about June. Okay. We should be like bears. We could eat a whole bunch of food and then go lay down
Oh,
for
I
the
love
6 months.
love that.
I know it because you could wake up and you'd be much thinner and everything. You'd be
Then
all
be
jazzed
ready
up.
for action. Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
right. That's right. That's
Love it.
right. All right, so let's see. We got Craig Dixon here. It's good to see you, honey. And we
Okay.
have Ann, and I got your question, Ann. Lynn Hayes is here, and Jackie's
Hi,
Crystal
hi, Lynn.
Moon, and Spirit Wing, Tarot Your Way, Cat Mama.
Hmm.
That's all right. Okay, Ann. We'll still work on your mom too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bright and sunny in California. Rub
Oh,
it in, Claudia. Rub it in. Yeah.
that's something to remember, though. It's always somewhere sunny, isn't there?
That's right. Yep. Well, it never rains. Of course, she's not in Southern California, so it might rain in Northern California. Hi, Angie and Martha Bean. Hi, Carolyn. Oh, really? You don't want me to read on that, Ann? You know what I can do, Ann, if you don't care, we can read it anyway, and we'll
We can
read you
do one. It's up to
a
Anne
Samhain
if she
reading.
wants
It's
to try
fine.
one.
Yeah,
You don't
it's
mind.
yeah, we don't. Um, hello, a light worker. It's good to see you.
Hi.
And Vicky's here. She's under her peaceful, easy feeling. And yes, a light worker, absolutely. And Craig Dixon. What's this? Oh, all right. There's a young lady I met in high school. Her name is Mary Alice Rodriguez. She passed under bad circumstances. Does she remember me? Oh, well, I'll put you up here, Craig. Right now we're doing the Samhain readings, but I'm
Hmm.
gonna put it on there. We'll be able to do it. Spirit Wing, I got yours. Angie's in cold, dark Cheshire, northwest England. Oh,
Oh.
brr.
Yeah, I can't complain. I'm right down south, so
Are
yeah,
you? Yeah.
yeah.
Hi, Lisa. And Martha, I got your reading. And all right, very good. Well, I'm going to talk a little bit, not a lot, because it's okay.
Mm.
At some point, though, I think it would be a lot of fun to do you do some card decks. You bring them out and you talk about them with people. And I know you mostly use the tarot. I don't even know. Do you use any oracles at all?
Yeah, I do use oracles, and I
Okay.
do Lenormand as well, but not
Oh,
enough for
yeah.
readings online, because
No,
for
I get it.
Lenormand you need a bit of space and it takes a bit of time. It's not
It
quite
does.
as instant as some of the other
Right.
stuff. But I do like a
Well,
Lenormand deck as well. In fact, I made my own Lenormand deck.
oh, good for you. Good for you. That's awesome. Well, at some point we should pick a deck and do a deck,
Oh,
we
deck
could we could
deck
we could have a
dive.
deck date, and so we could
Oh,
do that.
I like that. That
So
would be nice.
I was talking to Ritchie, who celebrates Samhain and Yule and all of the pagan holidays, and he
Mm-hmm.
said that Samhain is around the Halloween, which is our Halloween,
Yeah,
but it can continue on a little bit. So that's what we
yeah.
wanted
The
to do.
energies are still there
Energies are
for it.
still there, and you said it's like a new year, right? A
Yeah,
new year.
a lot of people treat it like they call it the witches' new year, whether that's the right term or not,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's the start of a new year, so we don't wait till January the 1st. So a lot of people
Okay.
like to set a lot of reviews of the year and ideas, and a good time to
Yeah.
do cartomancy to see what the year's going to bring. I don't personally do that myself, but yeah, it's a new year, so, and it's exciting, and it makes sense in many ways, because all the leaves are now coming off the trees.
Yeah.
The year is now
Absolutely.
officially
Yeah.
dying,
Yeah.
so
Hmm.
it's going to be rebirthing once it's rested. So I like that
Oh, I love
idea.
that. Ritchie, you've got a ways to go, but by the time you get to retire, this will be what you'll want to be doing, and you'll be doing all kinds of crazy. Yeah, I see that.
Oh, I
I
can't
see that,
wait.
and that's what I'm doing now. I mean, that's what I'm working at, and I'm loving it. It's not work; it's fun. So yeah.
Exactly.
Hi,
Exactly.
Heather. It's good to see you. Hi, Juanita and
Hi.
Lisa and Lynn Hayes and
Hi, everyone.
Angie. And did I miss anybody? I'm not. So we're doing some Samhain readings, which are 3 cards: what to embrace, what to release, and what to celebrate. And so that's what we're doing. And we will do your mom, and we will answer your question, Craig. But we're going to try to focus mostly on these 3 areas. So my first card deck is the Halloween Oracle by Stacy DeMarco, and I don't get to
Ooh,
use it very much because it isn't always Halloween. So that's going to be my first card pull. My second card pull is what is it? What to release? And I'm using the Dark Magic Oracle. Reveal the
nice.
light within. Yeah, it looks like fun. And finally, the last card for what to celebrate. I have the Seasons of the Witch, the Samhain Oracle.
Oh, you've gone
Oh,
full out Samhain, haven't you?
I got the Yule one. I got the Mabon one. I'm having fun with it. Yeah, I am. So,
That's nice. That's
yeah.
nice. Well, I've gone completely the opposite. I've gone for nothing that's Halloweeny or Samhainy at all, because I
That's
suppose I've
okay.
gone for the new year. So I've gone for some decks I haven't used for a long time, and I'm
Excellent.
excited to use them. I'm using the Star Seeker Tarot, which is really
Excellent.
lovely, and
Mhm.
it's super. It's a bit weird to shuffle, but it's gorgeous, kind of
Oh, it
rose
is
petals.
beautiful. Yeah.
And I recently, this couple of weeks ago, they brought an oracle out on as well, which matches it. So that I'm going to be using
Oh,
both for the first time. So I thought
okay.
that'd be nice to share that. I've also got the which is what's it called? The Kitchen Witch. I've forgotten what it's called. The new one, anyway, as well. Which I've forgotten the name of that one. Is it the Witch's Garden? I think it's called the
Ooh,
Witch's Garden.
okay.
And I've also got the Forest Fae to go with it. And of course, I've also got the Tarot Oneness, because I always carry it around with me.
Oh,
So my
excellent.
decks are nice and bright, I hope. And
Yeah. Yeah. Is that your
full of,
favorite deck, Ritchie? The last one
oh,
that you
yeah.
said?
One of
Oh, it
my
is.
favorites. It's the
Okay.
one that
Yeah.
would read beautifully for me.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
it was in a surprising deck. Sometimes you buy one and go, that's nice. And then you go, ooh, this is really good. Yeah.
I get it. Yep. All right, so we have about 12 questions right now, so I'm going to close it. Heather, I got you. So let me tell you who we got. So right now we got, well, Anne, I'm going to do you, and then a light worker, Craig Dixon, Spirit Wing, Martha Bean, Lisa Jansfree, Claudia, Juanita, and Heather. If I missed you, it wasn't intentional. Please put it back in, and I will add you to the mix. Okay.
Did you get Cat Mama? I think Cat
I
Mama.
did. That's Claudia. Yeah.
Okay.
Claudia, meow, Cat Mama. So Anne had asked early about a reading for her mom, Joanne. She's unwell. She's 88 years old, mental health not fabulous, and just really wants to know if we can, give her a little bit of information about what might be going on.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I will use my Tarot of Oneness for this one. This is a special occasion.
Yeah. And I can't tell you how happy I am that you were just there this summer visiting her. Never regrets. Yeah, no regrets. So hopefully she'll spring out of this. But that's always important. All right, what have I got here? I'm being called to the Hindus. All right. All right, higher self. Okay. So, Anne, the first card I got was from the Higher Self of deck. I used 2 cards from that and 1 from Shakti Power. But she is going through a transformation. And it could be that she's starting to walk between 2 worlds. There's something scary about it, but not. I mean, it really is a beautiful place to be, because if you're not enjoying what's going on in this world, you can spend a little bit of time in the other world. And so I see it as part of the divine plan, because the next card says it's all in divine timing. So I hope that when you were there with her, that she was very clear and cogent and you were able to enjoy yourself. It could be that she was waiting for you to come and go. But, I'm not seeing ominous signs. I'm just seeing that, she's older and she's going through this change, and it's all part of the plan. The last card I got is, I can't even pronounce this. I think it's Pranaja Parmarita, wisdom goddess of the 3 times. The writings of great beings have the voice of God within. And so my feeling is that, she's maybe there's even 3 worlds she's walking in. But it's all, again, in divine timing. I find this to be a very fascinating intrigue. Look at all the hands, all hands on deck here, But the writings of great beings have the voice of God within, just as your mother does, just as we all do. So much love, Anne.
That's very interesting. I have a very similar set of cards, or a similar theme to cards. I pulled 2 cards. They're all, a lot of them are major arcana, so it goes to show there's something important going on here. Something that needs recognizing and cherishing, and perhaps looking further into. Again, I'm not going to make speculations here, but I have 2 similar cards. Firstly, look at the beautiful matching colors, those blue and purple. So I don't know and whether that has any significance to you, or perhaps your mum. But I've got the Awakening card, which some people will call it Judgment, but they call it Awakening here. And if you can see that image, it's a letting go, it's a release. Not necessarily just release goodbye, but as if some things are going to be changing and you just have to accept them, and we release all what is no longer working for us, or releasing what needs to go, so that we can build on it. I've also got the Moon card, which is interesting. So these 2 are about your mum, Joanne. I'm just wondering with the Moon card whether there's perhaps something else that's going on that as of yet hasn't been diagnosed, or perhaps hasn't been discovered, or perhaps hasn't been thought through yet. So I just wonder if there's still something a little bit to go there. Again, it's not threatening, but I'm just saying that there's that leveling up process and that things are still out there to be revealed. I pulled a card for you because obviously you are in this and you're just as important and you're being as supportive. And really interesting, I got the Fool card for you. So for you, it's a bit like starting on a new path or a new territory or a new situation. And that makes perfect sense to me in the situation of having to come to terms with lots of different things and thinking of a lot of things through. And, changes perhaps happening that represents you on a new path can be daunting, but we all have to start with some paths sometimes, whether we want to or not. I then looked at how best or what energies to be looking at to take this whole situation on. I've got a lovely card. I've got the Knight of Cups for you. So all of this needs to be treated with love. And remember the love that comes both ways, from mother to daughter to family to family. That's the thing to hang on to, because that's the key to getting through any of these changes or any of these processes that are coming through. Cat's jumped up there. And then finally, I pulled another card, which I think just summarizes beautifully what both of us were saying. You are cherished. And that's really important, even when mental health may make people react in ways that they may not want to do. Remember that you are loved, that you come from a place of love, and you give out love.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful, Ritchie.
I wish you all the best, Anne.
Yes. Yes, Anne, we wish you the best, of course. Yes, your sister and you intuited that it was part of divine timing. Yeah. Yeah, you're most welcome, honey. Ritchie, I love that you pulled a card for her, because she is asking the question and it's part of her experience. And what a beautiful card it was. Thank you. Lovely. She says, beautiful, Ritchie. Awakening in emotions. They're working on a diagnosis for some symptoms. Yep. New territory. Oh, beautiful. You nailed it, Ritchie. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Good luck with everything. Love your mum.
All right. So I did see, Angie, that it was your birthday last Friday.
Oh, happy birthday.
And happy birthday. It was Gerald's birthday on the 3rd as well.
I got to send him a message.
Oh, no. Well, he wanted to be so secretive, so it doesn't help.
Happy birthday, Gerald, if you're watching.
Why don't we go ahead and do her reading first, since it's her birthday, and I'm going to get you.
My cat has somehow got itself wedged now under the computer, so I'm going to have to try and rescue
your cat.
So I'm going to turn my microphone off because he's bound to bang it or something, so it won't be a second. You can watch the hilarity.
Oh, my God. It's perfect that it's a black cat, too. Yeah.
There we're back. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull.
Is it a Samhain reading that we're doing for Ange, or just a birthday?
Well, I'm hoping that a Samhain reading is okay. If not, say so, Angie, and I'll do one. And
come on, you can come up here.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Hi, pretty kitty cat.
You can stay there. Okay, you can stay. Just watch. But no taking part.
Oh, it's Basil. Is that his name?
Basil, yeah.
Basil.
And Sybil is actually there. The other one's in there. Oh, he's walking in front of her.
Okay.
He does wonder who I'm talking to, you see. That's why he likes to get involved. He's trying to get to you, Aley. That's what
my dogs are that way. They are. They're like, who are you talking to? And then after an hour, I think it's time to eat. It's that one. Yeah. Angie says Samhain is fine. All right.
Good.
All right.
You sit down.
Yes, a nice soft blanket for you, boss. All right. So, Angie, the first one I get is, this is awesome. This is from the Halloween Oracle, is trick or treat, mischief and play, which is what we all should do around that time of year and on your birthday, which was very, very close. And so, yeah, there you are, all dressed up, ready to partay. And congratulations on your birthday. I hope you had fun, but you know what? Most people celebrate all month. So do it. All right. That's what you should embrace. What to release is your cocooning. Are you cocooning? Are you spending more time resting and sleeping? And maybe you need to do that. Consider the source. But if you need the rest, self-care is always advised. And so, release your worry about whatever it is you're doing as far as taking care of yourself because you deserve it. Yeah. And finally, I have the what to celebrate card, which is seduction. Hear the roaring flames with the masterful trance that calls upon heaving chest. Oh my.
Oh, wow.
Give in to its alluring grip, if you please, but heed my warning of the claws that draw blood without mercy. Holy mackerel. All right. So there you go. Um, celebrate celebrate the season's seductive pull and your birthday. There you go.
How lovely.
Mm.
Okay, so I've got a lot of wands going on here. So, and if you know anything about the tarot, you can put your own spin on this one here. I always have to ask those questions because we have some amazing tarot readers that are watching, and they'll be able
That's
to add
right.
their
That's
extra
right.
layers in. So,
Mhm.
what to embrace? I've got the Nine of Wands for you. So I'm just wondering if things have been getting busy. Have things been getting on top of you? Has work or something, a pressure been pushing down on you that you feel like you're going to break under it there? But embrace it. You sometimes have to embrace the pressure of things so that when it does release, it releases the right way so that it explodes out rather than imploding in. So just think about the pressures that you put yourself under, or perhaps the pressures that other surrounding energies and people have put around you, and just think about how can I work with that pressure, because pressure is not great, but it is there in our everyday life, so we have to know how to handle it. What to release? I've got the Knight of Wands. Now, I'm just wondering, as it's your birthday, or whether people are showing you a lot of uh, more perhaps friendship and birthday wishes than you would normally do. Um, yeah, learning tarot, fantastic. So your health makes a bit. I'm really sorry to hear that. Um, but that would make a lot of sense there with the wands there. So what to release? The Knight of Wands is an interesting card. I always think the Knight of Wands has that kind of young adult energy that is just uncontrollable, particularly with the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is, if I can summarize it, it's a bit like one of those friends that you make at school that you instantly just everybody loves, and you can take them home and your parents would absolutely love them, and then they disappear out your life about 2 weeks later. So they're kind of a very concentrated energy. So I think that this pressure is slowly building up, and it's going to have to find a way out. Okay, so I don't know
Mhm.
what that means to you there. However, when it comes to what to celebrate, you've got the Ten of Pentacles. Now, the Ten of Pentacles is a card that asks you to celebrate what is family to you, because family comes in all sorts of different shapes
Yeah.
and sizes
Yeah.
and layers. So who do you class as your family? It might be your urban family, it might be your actual relatives, but that is where, and a birthday, I suppose, is a great time to go back and look into it. That is
Mhm.
the time to celebrate, to spend some time with people. It's really interesting that you put that in there about what you're going through at the moment, because I pulled
Yeah.
the oracle card that goes with it, and I've got healing waters.
Oh, good.
So this is a
Okay.
massive time to start to heal, and I think the healing process isn't
Mhm.
about it's about realizing how you begin to move on. And I know that that can be often a really tricky question to even
Mhm.
ask yourself and deal with there. But I would just say, just take time for yourself. Be kind to yourself. Don't put pressures on that aren't necessarily there. And if you can, talk to people about, no, I'm not going to do that, and try and keep to strict boundaries, because the Knight of Wands likes to push boundaries
Mm. Mhm.
far more than they should ever be pushed. So just learn to just say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to accept that. I'm not going to be doing that, and just try and stick to it. And I wish you all the very, very best
Oh,
and a
thank
very
you.
happy birthday.
Yeah, I do too. Depression is not easy, but it's
I've been there.
okay if you sequester and you self-care because, it's important. We're important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Thanks, Heather, for your input as well. Yeah.
Mm.
All right. So we have a light worker here, and we're
And I
going to
wish
do.
you all the best learning the tarot as well.
Oh, I know. I think it's wonderful that you're doing
I'm
that.
always a bit
Yeah.
jealous of people that are learning the tarot for the
Yeah.
first time. I'd love to go back.
Though, isn't it one of those things that morphs into something
Oh,
as the years go on? It's like when you
you
first
never
start.
stop.
Yeah. Plus the
And just
debt.
when you think,
Yeah.
you see a video or something on YouTube, oh, that's interesting, and then you find a whole new annex to go and explore.
That's right. Or a new card that is representative of a
Yeah,
archetype or something. Yeah, that's awesome. That's great.
I like work. What a lovely photograph.
I know it. I love it too. Okay, you light worker.
Oh, good
So you
point.
got the Lady de los Muertos, the Lady of the Dead. You got acceptance and equality. So embrace yourself in all of your personas, in all ways, and realize that you are an important person in all ways. And I love this because the Day of the Dead is very close,
Yeah,
tied in with this time of the year,
absolutely.
and it's where they really honor. They honor us, they honor our ancestors, and we celebrate those that have gone before us and paved the way for us. So there you go. The second one I got is what to release. It says consent. Know your boundaries. Know your boundaries. Everybody's pulling at you, a light worker. Nobody needs that. Nobody needs it. So make sure you follow that. I've got, my husband's not the greatest with his boundaries. He'll say, oh, he's so busy. He's so busy. And then people will show up to get an adjustment in his office, and it's lunchtime, and he just does it for them. And what is he teaching them? That it's okay to do that. And it isn't okay. But anyway, that's him.
Mm.
All right. The last one I got is what to celebrate. Ooh. Oh, what medicine, what sacredness to behold, a dash of healing straight from the mother's home. Ooh, I would think that you might want to start working with some more crystals, some more herbs, and that would work out really well for you. I think that's something you could celebrate. At least the times. I love to have my altar up and do my celebrating during the full moons, and like 11/11 is coming up, and so I put herbs on it, I put stones on it, whatever it is that you want on it. So maybe that would be something to celebrate for you. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to go for the second one. What to release first? We're going to work backwards on this.
You do it. Yep.
Because this is the perfect card for what to release. I've got the Eight of Cups for you, and this card just suggests everything. You've literally lined your cups up in a row. You've got your house organized, and it's now time to close the door and walk into something new. So that is a perfect way to talk about a release. So I want you to go with that second meaning there, and I hope that means something to you, light worker. So let's work backwards. So what to embrace? I've pulled for you the rather lovely, rather handsome Knight of Swords. Well, this card represents you, I think, in this situation. And it is the card of thinking and mastering your thoughts, keeping things in control, keeping calm, keeping ordered. Above all, learning how to keep other people in the same kind of controlled, close environment. So it's about being very diagnostic, being very intuitive, and knowing when to agree to stuff and when to just go no. And the great thing about the sword family, the royals in the swords, is that they don't suffer fools gladly. From even the youngest one, they'll just say it as it is, and that's a skill that a lot of us are frightened to do in this day and age, is to actually say it as it is. So I think that's the thing, is that you've got this wonderful ability to see situations as they are. I would say call them and do that as well. So don't just think it. If you feel comfortable enough, voice it, because you'll find that other people will get a lot of benefit from it there. We talked about what to embrace, closing the door, and a situation. I don't know if it's something to do with work or whether there's a new thing that's come up. I'm not sure about that. I'd have to have a bit more of a reading on that one there. But what to celebrate, because this is a card of celebration, the Ace of Wands. And you can see the light that are shining out. It's almost like a lighthouse here. So these cards are both quite dark when you look at them. This is a card of lovely lightness, almost rainbows bouncing around. You're being you've got an opportunity to really light up. You've got an opportunity to work with your skills. You've got an opportunity to celebrate yourself. How often do we actually celebrate ourselves? Very rarely. Let's be absolutely honest. Birthdays, Christmases, special days, you might allow. So I would give yourself a day to celebrate. And celebrate, and that could be whatever it is that you need to celebrate. Take yourself off alone, go and do something that you want to do, but really celebrate the skills that you have mastered and the things that you understand and the things that you can control. I hope that makes some sense, because the overarching oracle card is inner peace. And it does feel, particularly the closing of this, that there is a real peaceful moving on, leveling up, if you want to call it that.
Wow. That's looks like things are going your way, light worker.
I think so.
Yeah.
I would say so.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. So, Craig, I'm going to do yours because it's different. You met a young lady in high school, Alice Rodriguez. She passed under bad circumstances. Does she remember me? Honey, you know she does. But I'm going to do a message from her from the Beloved Dead deck, which is a wonderful, fun deck. I mean, it's all Victorian pictures, but it brings good messages in. So the first one I get is bad circumstances are a matter of perception. I'm sorry that she did go through it, but she said it was part of my life path that I was supposed to do this. I picked this particular, even though it's awful. But she says, I'm looking right out the side, and I'm just saying that this is going to bring me much growth in my next life. She says here that the word is grave, and this woman is over the grave, but I'm guessing that she really wants to say that when you think about me, it's like going to a grave. In other words, you bring me and you tighter together. And of course I remember you. All you have to do is think about me and my name, and I'm right there. So, you don't have to be in a presence of a grave. The last thing I get is, I love this card. This guy is like an ice man. He's a delivery man. He's delivering ice. And it says active love, objectivity. And so she says, I remember high school. Maybe you didn't carry the ice, but you carried some of my days for me. In other words, I was grateful to have known you and to have interacted with you and to be your friend. And so thanks for carrying the ice, if you get my drift. Yeah.
Right. Well, yes, I can answer what Aley has just said, plus what you've said is definitely yes. The first card I pulled for your friend, we've had this already. We talked about this, the awakening.
Oh, yeah.
So it's judgment. So it's about that situation of passing over this time, passing on to the next plane. The release, you said that it happened under bad circumstances. That is all happened here. It's not happening now. She is in a place where that almost doesn't matter anymore. It's people down here on this plane that are concerned perhaps with that and letting that get in their way. So let's just take that for what it is, and that this is a beautiful healing card. Does she remember me? Look at this card, the Two of Cups. Of course she does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Carrying
Notice
the
how
ice.
notice how the little two pinkies are joined. They're not holding hands.
Uh-huh.
It's not about something loving. It's literally, it's almost like a kid's game, isn't it?
It
Holding
is.
hands. It's almost like that. It's just a lovely friendship. And it's that little bond as well. We're not, as I said, we're not holding hands or
Right.
embracing that little bond. So yes, I think we can safely say she does remember you. I now pulled a card for you because obviously you're in a situation where you miss her. So I
Mm-hmm.
pulled the Seven of Pentacles for you. Now, I
Mm.
would say there's two things. Don't forget all these emotions. Don't forget all these feelings and all these happy memories. And I would say do something with them. And it depends. I would go and plant literally a tree or go and do something in nature
Yeah.
to celebrate her. Okay.
There you
And
go.
it could be a plant, it could be a bush, it could be a tree. Lord knows this earth needs more trees. So go and plant a tree for her. Okay. Because
Ah.
there's the message there. And that would be somewhere for you to go,
Mm-hmm.
somewhere perhaps other people to go, or perhaps a space where other people who may be going through similar things perhaps can find solace.
Yeah.
Have a healing tree for the community, set something up where people can meet if they want to, or just find space. And I think that is something that societies and groups need. They need space to be able to meet with people, just to chat, just to talk about similar things. So there we
Yeah.
go. I pulled an
Mhm.
overarching card for the energy there. You've got the 10 of Pentacles. So again, we keep getting the 10 of Pentacles. And again, we've got hands here, we've got light, we've got people reaching out. So that's why I'm suggesting
Mm.
think about using this to create
Yeah.
some space there.
Yeah.
And finally, the Oracle card is Rebirth. Let go of the ties that bind, which tie in very nicely with what we said about try and forget the bad things that happened and now
Yeah.
think about where we've gone now. So that's a beautiful reading, I think, and I hope
It
that
really
is.
is, Greg. Yeah. Yeah. She clearly remembers you. She clearly appreciates you. And I love that idea, Ritchie, planting something and getting it started out. He said that she committed suicide because her
Oh,
boyfriend was rejecting her. But,
yeah.
she may have had some issues with her mental
Yeah,
health as well. And
absolutely.
so, yeah. So, yeah. Thank you, dear.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry
Thank
to
you.
hear that. All
Yeah.
right. So we have Spirit Wing,
Hi,
a
Spirit Wing.
general reading. How are you, Spirit Wing? It's good to see you. Okay, I'm seeing more people adding on that are asking for readings. We'll do what we can. I have
We'll do
Martha,
what we can.
Lisa,
We'll go. Yeah.
Jan, yep, Cat Mama, Juanita, Heather, Hypnicity, Prince Charming's mom, Warrior Girl, Leah. We may be here until next year, but
We might
we'll
be here
do
till
what we
next
can.
to Yule at this rate, but that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. It's what is it? It was only like 6:30 in the UK. So
It's 7. No,
it's
it's nearly
7.
20 to
Oh,
8. Yeah. We're very
oh.
nearly into tomorrow. Oh, I'm joking.
We have to make sure that he gets his beauty sleep because he has to teach
Oh,
tomorrow.
come on. When you've got perfection like this, you need beauty sleep.
We all need it, Richie. We all need
Absolutely. Actually, I
it.
have to say, sleep is one thing I don't actually suffer from kind of missing
Oh,
out.
you don't? Yeah.
I'm pretty exhausted most of the time, so I can fall asleep on.
That's a man for you, I tell you. We
Yeah.
ladies, we stay up all night musing over things. I'll be like thinking of something, and then I'll have to get up and write it down because it's an idea for a show or something. And if I don't do it, I won't go to sleep. So, all right. So let's see what we got here for you.
Okay.
Spirit Wing. I have Barmbrack, which is sweetness and synergy. And so it's saying, embrace your sweetness, embrace the sweetness of the season and the synergy that comes with it. I love this because it looks to me as if is it pumpkin bread? I don't even know. It looks like
I
it's,
don't know. Yeah.
yeah, but we got pumpkins and it looks like something really delicious. And there's nothing better than, oh, I heard you got some pumpkin. Did you make a pumpkin pie?
No,
Did, did Gerald send it to you?
he did.
And how
pumpkin in a
was it?
tin.
Oh,
Got three, and I bought some pecans. I'm going to make a peak. When I get a moment, I'm going to make
yes, I understand. I
have a
understand.
good
So this is for you too. Sweetness and synergy. That's right. I forgot to say that. I forgot about that. The next one is what to release, and release any feeling that you are not living an authentic life, because we have to embrace our authenticity. And once we do, it isn't something we can just let go of. Once we do it, we have to keep reiterating it, because we need to stay authentic, not worry about what other people think, not worry about anything else but what it is that we want. And you know what? People will say, "Oh, you're selfish." BS. You aren't selfish. You are taking care of yourself when you do that. The last one I get
wonderful.
is, in the dark of your heart lives new breath waiting for you to release its ghost. So I get the dark moon. And of course, the moon is around emotions. And so celebrate all seasons. Celebrate your shadow side as well as your regular, authentic side. And just really give yourself a break, Spirit Wing. Thank you.
Yeah. Again, I could echo pretty much what you said there, Ali.
Oh, wow.
For what to embrace, I've got the lovely Hermit card for you.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay. And I mean, we were talking about this earlier, how much this time of year is a really good time to go. Not as if I'm closing down, I'm shutting down, I'm resting, but I'm going to start to do what I need to do, whether that's study, read, pick up those things that we couldn't do over the summer for various reasons. So,
Uh-huh.
that's, the Hermit card is a perfect card to what to embrace. Embrace your personal space. Embrace the excitement of whatever the next thing is that you have planned. Okay. What to release? Well, something's on your mind. The Nine of Swords is coming up here. Okay. And it's time to stop it. That's what it's saying to you. Now, whatever it is on your mind, that could be, again, a big thing for me to say. So, obviously, things keep us awake at night. We have pressure. What I would suggest to do is to try and find a way, whether it's meditation, whether it's breathing, whether it's walking in nature, whatever it is that you think works for you, or try something new, just to get those melatonin levels up, to get those rhythms back in line, and hopefully to just try and stop anything that has that anxiety. Yeah. So try and find something that works for you. Now's a really good time, as it's a new year, to try and think about how you can work with that, and how you can bring it into line almost. I'm not going to say wipe it out and forget about it, but know how to work with it. Because I can't remember the third one. Was it what's to celebrate? This is what's to celebrate. When you do, we have the wonderful Queen of Wands. Oh my goodness, don't we love the Queen of Wands? The Queen of Wands for me is the most exciting of the 16 court cards, because for me, she is a person that I would absolutely love to be. And I think this is reflecting on you, and reflecting probably on a lot of people here. The Queen of Wands is the person who holds everything together to allow other people to shine. I think, and taking politics out of this, I always think of Michelle Obama when I see this card, because
Uh-huh.
boy, she was the wife of the president, but she was also the mother. Plus, she held down a job. Plus, she made the kids the packed lunch. She did it all well. And you know
She did.
what? She was marvelous when she did it. Let's be brutally honest.
She had some great arms, I tell you.
Absolutely. So I would think of the Queen of Wands. It's there. She's doing everything in the background so that everyone else has a really good time. But at the same time, she does it kind of in a kinding, supportive, wonderful manner that actually means something to her as well. Okay.
Mhm.
I pulled you an oracle card, and you have seized the day, which is what you were saying, Ali, early on there. And it's about creativity as well. So when you're in this wonderful zone,
Mhm.
find creativity. And I've got another little message. I don't know if this means anything to you, but I like to pick up synchronicity on cards. The first card I have has got some mice on it.
Mhm.
The second card has got a black cat that's a bit. You can hear the voice. But
Like
look how the
Basil.
black cat turns into that cat in the Queen of Wands, going from all
Oh.
hideous and spiky and clawy and scratchy to calm and fluffy and cute and loving life. So if that means something to you, take it as well.
That's fabulous. The other thing I remembered I have is I buy this stuff called Up Nature, and it's I was thinking lavender, but then I saw this. It's like a peppermint, and it calms you. You can rub it on your head. You can rub it on your. So yeah, the smell. Sometimes the smells really can change the mood. Yeah. Whitefly just had a pizza with
Hi.
onions, and now we're all starving for a pizza.
Now, shall I say something very strange? Is that I nearly picked the Whitefly Tarot up this evening. I nearly brought it out, and I thought, no, I've got too many decks. You know I love the deck. I'm always talking about
You're
it.
all
Normally,
over it.
but not tonight. Sorry about that. But normally.
Sorry, Whitefly. But you made us all very hungry. So thank you.
Yes.
All right. All right. So we have Martha Bean, a Samhain reading. Wow. Pizza with what, oregano? Is that what you mean? Oregon? I just added
Oregano.
Oregano. Oh.
I love how we pronounce
differently.
Differently.
That's right. It's like aluminium, right? We call it aluminum.
Yes. Aluminum. Yeah.
Oregano is oregano.
Oregano and basil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
it's the same language, but so different.
It is the same language, but you guys have always had everybody's here. Like, I just want to keep listening to Ritchie talk. You know.
Oh, you know what? I love it when people say that, but I've got the worst English accent. It's kind of. It depends. It's kind of nothing. It's not real London. It's just home counties. This area, but I can go into quite Sussex, which is a bit like that. If you start,
like that.
It's a bit country like.
You're very Monty Python. Oh, that's funny. Amanda, I can put you on the list, but we have about 12 people we still got to read for. So
I can do. Yeah, I can do some. It's fine.
All right.
It's fine. I
know it's late there, so okay, we can stay as long as we need to, but I think I need to cut it off.
There has to be a point, doesn't there?
Yeah. So we'll need to cut it off after Amanda. All right, because we've been on almost an hour. All righty. So guess what I get for you, Martha Bean? The first thing I get is ancestors, the love and legacy of our DNA, and that is what you need to embrace. The ancestral realm. I love this because it's like ladders on the tree, heading up the tree, and it shows the ladders of DNA strands. Obviously, it's a DNA matrix. And so I just pulled up something the other day on Facebook that said our ancestors, and it says like 2 parents, 4 grandparents, and it goes down, 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 and it's like, I don't know, like 220,000 relatives, ancestors. Yeah. And it's just amazing. So there you go. Plus, if you do that DNA thing, you find out you're related to just about everybody in the whole planet. It's amazing.
I'm related to you somewhere, Aley.
I know that you are. Well, my parents are from the UK. So there's definitely there. Yeah. All right. So the next one is what to release. Release the idea that you're not strong enough, Martha. It says here, strength, nurture your diverse talents. We don't like to be put in positions where we have to be strong. It's annoying. It's like, oh my God, sometimes I just wish someone could take care of me because it's really difficult. But it is your strength. It is your strength to help other people and to be strong and stand steadfast. And finally, the last one I get is what to release. No, what to celebrate. Sorry, is I get a bat. Isn't that fun? Not a bat and ball, but a bat. Yeah. Invoke the power and fear not the hidden. What lurks is coming without undying change. Undenying change. Sorry. So don't fear the unknown. It's going to be right out in the open, whatever it is that you need to celebrate. And take all moments and find some point of gratitude in those moments, because we absolutely have to celebrate the victories. And even if that means I got up today and I had a perfect cup of coffee, for me, that would be okay. So there you go.
Wonderful. I've got some lovely cards here, Martha, for you, and a very interesting interpretation. So I've got, firstly, I'm going to go with the overall oracle card. Let your truth be heard. Authenticity. Again, that's on a very similar vein that Aley was talking about. And I've got something to celebrate. I've got the Empress card. And I love this. What to embrace, your Empress. Now, I don't know whether you actually are a mother, but we are all in many ways parents to certain things in our life. My cat, I am the parent there and apparently the responsible adult, but I think the cat's probably the responsible adult there on that one there. We've had people that we have in our care, we have people that we care about. So it doesn't necessarily have to be children, but if there are children involved, that is it. So just embrace the motherness of it all and what that actually means, because it means more than just somebody who gives birth. It's about somebody who nurtures, who grows, who helps people grow, who teaches people, who's there to pick up the pieces when no one else necessarily will do. So that's what I think you should be embracing now, and enjoying it, and be respecting it, and getting people to see that part of you, because I think that's a natural energy that seems to be coming from you there. What to release? Now, this is really interesting. I'm going for an interpretation that I wouldn't normally do. I'm going to say, stop trying to do the impossible. Okay. Now, what I'm saying for that is these two cards here. I got the 10 of wands and the 2 of wands, both one end of the wand suit from the other. But can you notice one's got this stone on it and one's got this hole in it? And it feels to me that somebody's trying as a game to put the stone through the hole. And that stone is never going to fit through that hole. So stop trying to do that, okay? There's things in life that we think that we can do, but they're just impossible. So don't waste the energy on it. See the things that you can do and do them well. Don't get rid of the stuff that's impossible, because there's too much other stuff to enjoy. Don't. What to celebrate, wasn't it? And that, again, the 4 of wands. I talked a bit earlier about the urban family, but this is about being with your friends, being with the people that you have connections, whether that's through marriages, whether that's through the family. But look at this card. It's full of people throwing paint at one another and partying and dancing. And that is, wow, isn't that an exciting way to celebrate and colour? And it can just be, you talked about making a cup of perfect tea. It can be wearing something that you wouldn't normally dare to wear, but going out and wearing it anyway and getting a compliment for it. It can be doing your makeup in a different way. It can be walking a different way to work or doing something different, but just mix it up, because it feels like you've got a lot of things out there that want to be celebrated. So make the most of it and do it.
And if all else fails, walk like an Egyptian, right?
Or talk like a pirate.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Always fun.
Always fun. All right. So we have Lisa. It's nice to see you, Lisa. I'm just going to ask, I think at this point, because we have so many, I want to make sure people are here. So if you're here, Lisa, can you just let us know? So if you're not, then we'll just go to the next person.
We need Gerald's white phone, don't we?
Yes, we do. That is so fun. He's got so many props. It's unbelievable.
I know. I can't believe I forgot his birthday. I wrote it down and then lost a bit of paper.
Well, that happens, I'm sure he'll forgive you.
I
didn't even know he got married last October, because he doesn't tell anybody anything.
He doesn't. He's a secretive squirrel.
He's a secret keeper. Yes, he is. Yeah. Oh, good, Lisa. Okay, honey. Thank you.
Great. Okay.
let's just, Jan's free if you're here. Claudia, are you still here? Juanita, are you still here? And Heather, I got you as well. So let me know that you're still here. Coming up. All right. Okay, Heather, thanks. All right. Skull of Flowers. Creating through the ashes is what you need to embrace. Whatever it is that you're going through is coming to pass, and you're going to start creating more from the ashes of what was left behind, whatever that might be. We all go through those times. And so it's saying your creativity may have suffered for a period of time, but it's coming back. Look at the flower blossoming on the skull. I mean, it's there. Um, the next one is what to release. Release the idea that you are not being seen, because you are. Shine the best that you can. Make yourself seen. You are being seen. You're holding up the light for those that are in the dark. So that tells me right there, you're a light worker, and it's being seen. It's being seen, Lisa. So you are appreciated. Finally, you got the crystal and herbs. So I'm guessing that means you need to spend a little bit of time as well, perhaps preparing some kind of a altar or working with crystals and herbs. And that would be something you could celebrate definitely on 11/11. Don't let that go by without some kind of celebration. All right. Did I just see a kitty cat with white?
Yeah, there's cat issues going on here. She got up, howled at him, and just carried on walking. She likes to think she is in control.
She's the thing.
Sorry
huh?
that my cats are upsetting you.
Oh, I'm not worried about it. It's fine. We love our animals.
Sorry, did you finish? Okay, you've made me work today for this one. I'm going to be honest with you, all right? Because I pulled some cards and I wasn't happy with what's coming out, so I then pulled an oracle card for each of the cards. So let's go through it, and hopefully this might make a bit of sense. Okay, so what to embrace? The Eight of Cups has come up again. We've already had this card this evening. So what to embrace is something finally finishing here. I wanted a word to describe what it is that perhaps closed the door on it, and depletion came up there. So these are very dark cards on what's been happening there. I don't know if that's going to make any sense to you. I'm not going to start putting extra layers onto this, but it feels that whatever was depleted just needed to be done and finalized and put to bed, and it's done. And that's the other thing. So embrace that one there. What to release? Again, a really dark card, I'm afraid, which is the Five of Cups. So, release the fear, release the sadness. And the reason I said that is the card, the oracle that went with that one is fear. Again, look how these two cards go hand in hand almost there with that one there. So release the fear, release the sadness that goes with whatever it is that's gone. And I'm assuming that that's been put together there on that one there. Because it's done, it's gone. It's time now again to think about getting over the fear of it. What to celebrate? It gets brighter now. It gets brighter. So I pulled the Seven of Swords for you. Not normally a very nice card, because this is often about things not appearing quite as they seem, or someone being a little bit devious here. But you got the card of the key that goes with that one there. So I'm just wondering, ways to celebrate, what to celebrate might be better way of thinking it, is something's going to come along that may not have looked like what it was on the surface, but it's going to develop into something else. I hope that makes a bit of sense. And that's going to be the key for you moving on, because then another card had to pop out. I told you made me work for this reading today. You've got the King of Swords, a wonderful card. Look how he is sitting there. Again, it's a meditative, thoughtful pose. And the oracle card came out of that one of the seed. So with this thing closing down, with the sadness, with the fear, with everything that's gone on there, it's done. So it feels now that it's time to not necessarily be secretive, but perhaps keep your cards close to your chest on that one there, because things are developing. You've got this seed, and you are in a position of knowledge, of understanding, of seeing the situation from looking back into the past, which is always better way of seeing something than being caught up in the middle of it there. And I'm really excited for the fact that these two cards are coming up, and that this new thing will be developing. It's a new year. We've already talked about it being a witch's new year. It's time to start thinking thoughts, putting thoughts, start planting those thoughts ready for a new year. And that's a really exciting, positive way to move forward on it.
Perfect.
She did make me, I've got 8, 9 cards out here.
What the heck?
She made me work for it.
She did. She did. But you worked it all out. So there you go. There you go. You took it as a challenge. It was a mathematical challenge.
It was a matter, but I wanted to do it, and I'm pleased that I got it.
No, it's all right. It's great. So Jackie's Crystal Moon, I have other nationalities do say holy moly. My father used to say holy mackerel there, Sapphire, but he was from the UK, and so was his family. But there's another one too, holy mackerel, holy moly. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we have some weird sayings here, but I love that. I love that. All right. All right. So we got Jan. And thanks for letting me know you're still here, Cat Mama and Juanita and Heather. All right. And then there's Hypnicity. Wow. You guys, you're making Ritchie work.
I know. I love it though. And this is getting me into practice. Next week, I'm actually doing live readings for people for money.
Oh,
I know.
Excellent.
It's doing charity. I haven't read for someone for live
for a long time. Yeah,
for a long time before the pandemic, to be brutally honest. So I'm super excited, and I'm actually. It's a plug. I'm going to do a plug now. Tomorrow I've got a live over my channel at 7 p.m. UK time. So what's that? 2 p.m. Eastern time, something like that. Where I'm talking about how you do readings. I've got special guests actually coming in. Special guests about what you set up to do live readings for, and how do you go about organising it. So please join me if you're interested. That's 7 p.m. on my channel.
That's wonderful. I love that. And of course, it can be adapted internationally.
Exactly.
Yes. So, Jan's Free, I'm seeing a change coming. I think it's really interesting because it says what to embrace. And it's the mummy and it's change. She takes care of her mummy, not this kind of mummy, but her mother. And so I find that card to be very fascinating. So I see some change coming. I don't know what it is, but maybe you need a vacation. I don't know. The second one is what to release. You need to release. It's a rescue. I think you do need another break, Jan. I'm getting this. I think you need to release, help another to help yourself. In other words, put yourself at the top priority more than you do, because with the work that you're doing, it's very stressful. And so you have to make sure that you release and you do what it is that you would like to do as well. It's very, very important. And finally, I get greet the darkness. This is what to celebrate. And it says, here where the spine bends and the mouth quivers, beneath breathes the pieces that make you whole, but cut deep with all of their sharp edges. Some days aren't so good. Celebrate the good in those days as best you can. And sometimes the darkness has us meet new parts of ourselves that help us grow. So I would say make sure that you embrace it. Thank you, dear.
Sorry, my chair's squeaking quite a lot, making noise. It wasn't me personally, I promise you.
Okay.
Okay, Jan. So I've got the 8 of Swords in what to embrace. We've already talked about the 8 of. Have we talked? I think it was the 9 we talked about. The 8 of Swords here. We've got what to embrace. I suppose your boundaries and your freedoms. The Eight of Swords here is quite often somebody imprisoning themselves. But on this card, I don't know if you can see, the person is almost floating a way out of it there. So I don't know whether you've been in a situation where you felt perhaps tied to something or pinioned to it, or just perhaps enclosed off or captured by something. But it's, embrace the fact that you now have the ability to move away from it. Okay. So the second one was what needs to be released. And I've got the Tower card. And I was really interested what you said, Aley, about, something's coming and, that kind of thing. What to release. So when the Tower comes along, I think a lot of people that understand the tarot would probably say the Tower is one of the hardest cards to have to deal with. I sometimes think of the Tower card as when things aren't working properly. So when your computer is messing around, what do? You hold the button down and count to 10 for a reset. And sometimes the Tower comes along and just goes, I'm going to hold that button down on you for 10 seconds and we're going to reboot and we're going to start up again. And I think that's what you need to embrace, that when this change comes along, it is actually for a good reason, because you can't carry on going the way that it's going because it's just not working. What to celebrate? I've got some lovely cards here. I've got the Queen of Pentacles, Earth Mother, Kindness, the Empress for all but everything else, and the Eight of Wands. Again, things are moving around you. Look how this spiral is spinning around, and this person, where they were trapped before by the Eight Swords, they're now conjuring 8 wands up into the sky and they're controlling them. Beautiful. So it feels that things have come from you not being in control. This change has happened and now you are grounded, you are in control, and you're in a space where you can actually grow, because the Queen of Pentacles, again, like an Earth Mother, is successful in everything she does, but also makes sure that people, again, around her are successful and that she's nurturing them. I pulled a little tiny Fae card for you. It's so small I can't even read it myself. It's the Honey Mother. And it says, sometimes the greatest magic lies in the smallest of forms. And I think that's lovely to remember, particularly when we take that on there. Is there's magic everywhere. You just got to go looking and open your eyes sometimes for it.
Perfect. Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. I'm going to put it. Whitefly just wants to thank you for believing in yeah, and of course I have your question there, Whitefly. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to it. Wanting to know whether or not the next deck that was being created will be successful, but you know what? If you've been successful already, it will be. I felt that right away. I use Kickstarter a lot. I love Kickstarter. I don't make cards, but I mean, I buy from there. And I really wish you well. So take care.
I saw the deck, the Whitefly, and it
stuck right out.
Attention, and I thought I need that, and I'm so pleased I have it in my collection.
Oh, that's great. I love that we have that ability for people to do that and get some money, get behind what they're doing in their creativity, and support them in their work. That's fabulous. All right, so we got Cat Mama Claudia.
Hi, Claudia.
Claudia just moved. Yeah. All right, so the first card I get for you, now I can't even remember. What to embrace. Okay. Embrace your unnecessary fear, Claudia. If there's something there, and you're not embracing it and recognizing it for what it is, just let it go, because you know that fear is false evidence that appears real. You're safe, you're taken care of, and you're supported. So if you have those moments, and we all do, remember that what it is that you fear is something that's trying to teach you something. The second one is what to release. Life can be a dream come true, and that's what happened to you. I believe you just moved to a new place and you're so excited about it. So don't be afraid to dream. Embrace the I'm sorry, release the idea that you can't dream and make things happen, because you've just done it and you can continue to do it. You are a great creative person. And finally, the last one I get is pumpkin. Uncaging the spirit through the fertile power you hold, to taste your buttery velvet upon tongue is a gift I shall cherish every day. Celebrate the season. So I know you're going to have a Friendsgiving, a Thanksgiving for friends. And I'm seeing that happen. I'm seeing that you are working with that and embracing the flavor of the season. So good luck with that, sweetie. Thank you.
It's very interesting you said about moving to it. Is it a different town or city or?
I think it's close to where she used to live, but I'm not
Okay.
100% sure. So
Because
I'll
I get a sense of new people, on whether it's new neighbours or there's a
uh-huh.
lot of characters that seem to be popping up. And I've
Mhm.
got a first thing I pulled Anguish. Anguish is a really interesting card, and I suppose you could say the actual act of moving house, moving
Yeah, that
location,
is an anguish.
is
Yeah,
something of anguish. It absolutely terrifies me, the thought of having to do it, which is why I don't move.
right.
But yeah, that whole kind of mental tiresome of doing, even if it runs smoothly, moving locations is not good for the soul in many ways. However, once you've done that transition, then of course it all works beautifully. What's to embrace? Four of Pentacles. I'm wondering if, I don't know, perhaps with changes that are coming on, I'm not going to put anything down to just moving house and moving location. I'm wondering if you've had a chance to look at your affairs and your finances, and you've had time to perhaps streamline them, to sort them through, to think about perhaps I can afford to pay that, or something I was saving up, I can use the money, moving money about. And that's something that's wonderful. Quite often we learn to just put money away if we can afford it into a savings account or into a pension or whatever it is that you want to do. And it sits there and it kind of gets forgotten. But sometimes we can just, like, even finding, I don't know, I'm going to suggest $20, not even knowing really what $20 actually is, but I'm down the back of the sofa, the couch, that kind of thing.
Right.
Making sure that you have these little treats, that you find these little alleyways where you can use your resources and enjoy them, and rather than just be saving and spending and paying bills the whole time. So embrace that, because that's what life is about in many ways, not just squirreling everything away.
Mhm.
What to release? You've got the Empress. Now, that's a very interesting card that you would want to
Ooh.
try and release or get rid of the energies of the Empress. Perhaps the Empress in this case is just a little bit too in her own head, a little bit too Woodstock, a little bit flighty, and all that bit. Perhaps we just need to go, girl, bring this one back down. Let's just, stop being Earth Mother, stop lighting the incense, stop going barefoot. Let's just be a bit practical. It's autumn. Put your shoes on. It's kind of a bit like that. So perhaps there's that energy that's going on there, because what to celebrate? You've got the King of Cups. Now, I don't know if this represents somebody in your life. I'm not going to suggest it's an older male, because King of Cups is often thought of it that way. But
Uh-huh.
perhaps it's the energy of somebody who is now completely in control of their emotions. And it's a good thing to be able to be in control of emotions, not to say you're emotionless, but to say that you know what emotions can do, know what emotions can trigger in you, knowing your trigger points, and being able to work with them and to help people with them, because that is the next stage up of a relationship or a friendship, is not being somebody that is constantly having people who needy coming to them, or a balanced relationship. That's what I'm trying to suggest here with that one there. So the King of Cups suggests that everything is just going to be much more smoother. And that could be with emotions, it could be with relationships, it could be with friendships. But it feels like you've turned a corner and you're now back in control. Like I said, it feels like there's a lot of people. And I think that those people are all you. These are all the roles that you're playing.
Mhm. Wow. She wants to go with Mel Dore to Africa next year. So that may be
Oh,
that King of Swords. Was it King of Swords that you
King of
played?
Cups.
King of Cups, yeah, could be. But she's moved into Sacramento, so it is a new place for her. Yeah, I think you're going to meet a lot of new people too.
Yeah,
I really do.
I think there's a nice vibe. There's a good
There's
vibe
a good
about.
vibe. That's right. And she's such a sweetheart. They couldn't
Oh,
not
bless you.
help but love her, you know? Yeah.
Thank you for letting us read for you.
Yeah. All right. So we got Juanita, we got Heather, and I know you're here. Hypnicity, Prince Charming's mom, Warrior Girl. If you're here still, please say so in the chat. Thank you for upcoming. Yeah. All right, Juanita.
Do you find, and I'm going to ask you this question while we're just have a pause a second. Do you find that when you do readings, you your brain switches into another level or another place?
I think you're right, because we have to, well, it's like you have to put your brain out to lunch so that you can work with your gut and your intuition.
Yeah.
So your brain, because if you read it with your brain, it would be your opinion more than, wouldn't that be true? Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's
I can feel my third eye
crazy, huh?
Today.
Yes.
I
remember going to a psychic practice, and we were doing fine until she made the suggestion to let an elephant come out of our third eye. And all of us had ended up with the biggest headache. And so she changed it to a butterfly the next time. And we said, God bless you. Nothing like birthing an elephant out of your third eye, you know?
I wouldn't even. Some things shouldn't come out your third eye.
Oh, I know.
I would imagine.
So, Anita, embrace your authenticity. You may feel invisible, but my dear, you are absolutely not. Embrace your path, embrace your talent, your intuition, because it is elevating. And of course, we're in 5D and we're right in the midst of all this ascension. And so embrace it, because you are benefiting from that. What to release? Is something bothering you? I'm getting that you need some solace, that you need some comfort. And so reach out and seek it. I mean, even if when I really need it and there's like nobody else around, I just pick my dogs up and we just have a great time hugging each other. So, it doesn't have to be a person. And it could also be a really good meal, like homemade macaroni and cheese. So there you go. And finally, what to celebrate. Potions and spells. A pinch of this, a dash of that. Be sure you're sure before you call. I'm going to say that this has something to do with Thanksgiving dinner. And I know that's kind of crazy, but it is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
But at the very same time, it could be that you might be working on something different than tarot. Maybe you're working with some kind of other energies, and I'm thinking it's telling you to embrace that and to celebrate that. All right.
Super. I was looking at Juanita's photo. They've got a lovely photo.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to start off by saying a lot of my readings tonight seem to have been kind of lots of negative things have happened in the past and going forward in the future. This is a kind of similar kind of vein, so let's try and get into. But I have to point out to people that have never seen before. This isn't my norm. I do various.
It might be that it might be the things that we're reading on the 3 questions. That might.
I think it's also again the start of a new year, and it's almost like summarizing on this.
Move beyond.
I've got the card of journey, and life is a sacred gift. Oh my god, I love this card. Look at it.
Beautiful.
It's got my favorite things in it: badgers, owls, drums, and hares. And I love that picture. I could have it up on my wall. I'd love it that much. Right. So what to embrace? I've got the 5 of Swords, and I'm going to just stick my neck out here, Juanita, and just say, you've won. Whatever it is that was going on, you've won. Congratulations. Was it worth it? I'm going to just say that to you. Okay, and I'm going to
Okay.
leave it there at that one there. What to release? You've got the Ten of Swords. Now, the Ten of Swords is normally a hideous card. This is a lovely card for what
Oh,
is
it's
the Ten of
beautiful.
Swords. It's
Yeah.
a ship sailing away, having from a shipwreck, and you can see all the flotsam and jetsam, whatever they call it, of what's left behind. So it's gone. The ship has sailed now. It's gone. It's done. Whatever this was done, it's done. We put it to bed. Let's look to
Mhm.
what's happening, what we need to celebrate. Two wonderful cards. Look at the joy. Two aces, two fresh starts. You've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. Look at that little otter there on his back,
Oh my goodness.
holding his Ace of Pentacles there. Sorry, it's cups. I thought it's cups. The Ace of Cups.
Oh,
Apologies. I
looks
thought
like
it
a
was
teddy
that.
bear. Yeah.
It does look like, he does look like a teddy bear.
Uh-huh.
So this works so beautifully with this. It's done. It's dusted. The 10's done. We're finished. We start again, and we have fresh, wonderful new start. And it's interesting. You've got the fire and the water element here that normally knock each other out. But here it suggests that you've got strength, you've got power, you've got emotions, you've got the whole kit and caboodle coming your way here on this wonderful new journey. And it's like the universe has almost rebooted you. I've used reboot already with a reading today, but it's giving you this
Yeah,
wonderful. Well, let's face it. Water and fire, that's steam power, that's power to push through.
that's true.
Steam move wonderful things.
Hmm.
So it looks like once everything's put to bed and forgotten about, you're going to power forward and it's going to be wonderful and huge amounts of energy. So just be prepared for the fact that you could be getting a real burst of energy coming through and ideas flying left, right, and center, and emotions flying left, right, and center, and people falling at their knees at your feet, left, right, and center. Wow, exciting times.
It is. Wow, Juanita. Thank you, dear. Thanks, and thanks to everybody who has to go or whatever.
Yep.
We appreciate you being here, and we're happy to read for you. So, all right, Miss Heather. Thanks for waiting.
Hi, Heather.
Yeah, you guys have been waiting over an hour, and I appreciate it. So,
Bless you. Have we been? We've done nearly an hour and a half.
yeah, we are. Yeah, some of them had posted at like 11:10, but it was like an influx that I could not control.
Everyone wants to join in, which is lovely.
Isn't that fine? Yeah, that's fine if they want to wait. Yeah. All right. Now you just sit still if you're going to sit up here, silly girl. All right. All right, Heather. So the first card I get is the underworld where all things pause and begin again. So I'm guessing that there is something that has paused in your life and that you've had to take stock in it. You've had to work through it. It may not be, it's messy because look at this fruit. It's like dripping, it's like a messy thing. But I think if you embrace it, that you'll see that you're coming out on the other side of it. And yes, I think that's why these readings are a little bit
Mm.
focusing on some of those things. It's like all of us have gone through a lot of crap,
Yeah.
and we've muddled through it, and now it's our time to shine, I guess. So the next one I get for you, Heather, is what to release, and it says first blush. It says love is blooming, whether that be in your art creation, your relationship with your honey, life in general, a new season coming, painting. I could see you painting something like this, Heather. So yes, love is blooming, and you are ready to release any blockages that have held you back. Finally, I get third harvest, and it says, daughters of the woods, feel the sacred swell with suppleness, taste the gathering of honey's milk filling your emptiness. Celebrate that you have made it this far, that you are on it. It's the beginning of a new cycle, as Ritchie said. And look at this. You're gathering up those things that are around you, and you're going to make something else out of them. When we have beautiful lavender and it's flowing in the fields, but then eventually it dies. But if we gather it up before it does, we can then sort of wrap it up and put it in something to hang, and it will stay dried lavender. And it's just a beautiful thing to keep. So there you go, Heather.
I've got a lot of water around here for you.
Hmm.
So calmness is our overarching energy, and it says, let things settle. So that again ties in very nicely. And I know you put comments in here that things being mixed up there, Heather. So I hope this helps with the overarching energy of it all. What to embrace? Your strength. I think whatever has tested you, they also makes you stronger, but I think you possibly now have realized that you've grown, you've filled this wonderful space, and you've probably done things that have surprised yourself, and that is wonderful. And that's something to be embraced, is your personal growth and the strength and the groundedness that comes from it all. So, I congratulate you, and that's a fantastic energy to have there. What to let go? I've got the Nine of Wands. This is an awful card. Again, think about the sea. We've got those lovely turtle babies who have just been hatched and everything's like, and there's the seagull picking them off as they try and race to the sea there. So, what to release? Nine of Wands, the stress of trying to get somewhere, the stress of outside influences constantly pecking and picking and trying to get to you. And that's what this Nine of Wands is about. So, if they get people or energies or whatever, those seagulls are going to be picking away, just go with it. And you can either scare them off or you just have to put up with it. But try and think about a way of getting that energy out. Because remember what the thing was, let things settle. So after a moment, those seagulls are going to have enough. They don't want to eat everything. They won't be able to fly if they're too full. So sometimes you have to wait things out and hope that it doesn't get you. And as human beings, we don't like that kind of attitude. We like to think we're fully in control, but sometimes the universe has different plans for us.
That's right.
But what to celebrate? More water. You've got the Queen of Cups. So once those seagulls and those turtles have made it, and the seagulls have had enough, look at the beautiful depths that you literally can reach with your emotions there. I've also pulled the Page of Pentacles as well. So there's an earthiness that goes on with it. Look at those lovely mushrooms and toadstools that are growing there. So when it comes to what to celebrate, well, celebrate your earth side, your elemental earth side, the groundedness, the excitement of starting out, and the excitement of that energy there, but also the control of the Queen of Cups, where as I said, you're in control, you've grown like that. And the Queen of Cups is suggesting, well, let's celebrate it. I am now in a position where I can give love, give advice, give support out to that one. So it feels like it's a real development, a real growth cycle that's going on. And I can feel that as an energy, almost like a rainbow going there, Heather. I hope that makes a bit of sense, because I'm pulling words out here and I'm not quite sure that I'm even stringing them together properly. But let things
makes sense to her.
It has the calm water will calm down, and you will be able to peer into the wonderful emotional depths that is going to be coming your way.
Don't give up. Don't give up. Thanks, Heather. Much love.
Thank you, Heather.
Okay, so we still have 5 people here waiting to be read, and we will do it. But thank you. Yes, she's been on here. See, after an hour, she wants attention, and so it's been an hour and a half, and so she's desperate for attention. Yes, Ritchie, it is spot on for Heather. She says she understood it.
Oh, good.
That's great.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. All right, Hypnicity.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good to see you, Larika from Sweden.
Hello.
How's everything? I saw you're posting the other day. You had your winter coat on, so winter is nigh upon you in Sweden.
Oh,
Mm.
somebody I know, work colleague, went to Sweden 2 weeks
Oh,
ago. Had a
yeah.
wonderful time
I
in,
bet it's so beautiful looking
but
there.
I
Oh my
would say
Lord.
it was cold.
She has lived in the UK as well, and she's
Mm.
she's sort of a very busy traveler. All right, so what I have for you, Hypnicity, is community and web weaving, and oh my God, that's you. It's like you embrace it because you are part of it. You are growing. Last night on the Dream Show, your dreams were very prophetic. So you are growing in this community, and this is what you are weaving. You're weaving this entire community together, and you bring us all so much love and support. The second one, what to release. Don't self sabotage yourself. Make sure that you're brave. Make sure that you understand that we all go through days where things
Mm.
don't work out, or we may not be able to access those things we wish we could. But be brave because you're very good at what you do. Finally, you got the dark moon. At the dark of your heart lives new breath waiting for you to release its ghost. So yes, you are ready to celebrate. Um, I would say the 1111 and some of the upcoming moons. Make sure that you understand that this also can be dark emotions, and
Mhm.
I also know that it could be that the loss of your animal, have created a lot of sadness as well. So big love.
That makes some sense. I've got an overarching energy of confusion, and
Mm,
I pulled that as you were talking about, uh, you know, growing the channel, being here for the community,
mhm.
but also, not just the YouTube tarot it can be a confusing place. Trying to fit into a world and then to take this, have your other life, if you like, can be a
Right.
bit of a juggle on there. I don't know Hypnicity, what Ali, you've alluded to the passing of a pet there, 'cause, you know the first card I got was the Tower.
Mm,
What to embrace? So let's embrace that change. And if that is talking about that, that's a very hard thing to have to
it
ask
is.
people to embrace for.
Yep.
We don't like the change. We don't like the shock of it all. It's horrific.
Yeah.
Um, do we learn from it? Well, I suppose if you're talking about the passing of an animal, and I don't know if it is in this case, the shock of it means that perhaps you go and rescue another one.
She's got two puppies right now. So
There
she
we go.
has
Okay.
embraced that
Go
idea.
and get another one. So there we go. So that's what you're
Yeah.
talking about there.
Hmm.
What to release? Ace of Swords. Now, remember I said confusion. Stop overthinking it now. So that's what it's about. The Ace of Swords is all about terrible thought, and we've got the card of confusion sitting straight over the top of it. So there it is in black and white for you. Just stop
Yeah.
overthinking. Let it go. Don't see drama in the situations that aren't necessarily dramatic. We're all very good at that one.
We are. We are. I mean, these things I tell people, I recognize that I have had and have
Yeah,
those issues.
absolutely.
We all
It's,
do. Yeah.
it's coming
Yeah.
from the scars, I'll tell you.
That's a very definitely.
What
um,
to celebrate? We've got the Queen of Pentacles again. She keeps coming up. This is a lovely card. Look how
wow.
she is. It's almost like she's at her laptop. I know there's a book on the table. She's put the book down just to stretch, just to relax, just to enjoy life, just to take in that moment of what. But that could just be. That could equally be a laptop or a computer. That could be you
Could be.
working. It could be you growing a channel and working with all of that there. So by all means do all that, but take time to celebrate everything that you've created and celebrate, as you said, the community and what you've added to it. Don't get caught up in everything doing, trying to do everything all at once and bring out new content, if that's what we're talking about here. Just take a moment to take a breather and celebrate how far you've
Yeah.
come with it and how amazing you are at it.
She's really still looking for her place. She doesn't have a channel, but she's working in different areas in order to get,
Right.
her And last night she gave this prophetic dream in my dream show that was amazing. And so she's really working. She's working her spiritual journey very deeply.
But that's what that card's about.
Yeah,
I mean, I
that's what
wish
it
you
is.
could see
Yeah.
it. That I've read something or I thought something, and then spending time working it through before you get onto the next chapter or the next video or the next bit of information.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
There you go, dear. Thank you for waiting as well.
Especially.
All right. So we've got Prince Charming's mom, who just absolutely loves your accent.
Oh.
So my dog is a Shih Tzu. I actually have 3 Shih Tzus. My husband has one at his office. I have 2 older babies. The one you saw, she's 11. I rescued her last year. She was living on one of those breeding farms, you know, and so I've been treating her just like the princess that she should be treated like. So yeah. Bye, Heather. Take care, honey. Hi, Flower Beauty. All right. So we are down to 4 more readings. We have been on here for a while, so we aren't taking any new questions. Just so, oh, thank you, dear. And I love your beautiful Saint Bernard. I think that's what you have there. Yeah. Okay, so what I have for you is what to embrace. This is a big thing that's been coming up a lot, and look at this. It's a flower in the hand, but it is forgiveness. It says reduce your burden, and the hardest person to forgive is yourself. So reduce your burden and say to yourself that I am worthy, I am enough. I forgive myself for all things that I have blamed myself for, and try to renegotiate your language instead of saying something about yourself that's negative. Turn it to something that's positive, because you are a beautiful soul. The next part of it is what to release. It seems as though you might be worried about something. I get a mountain here, but it could be that you're making a mountain out of a molehill. I don't know, because it says you are supported and you are loved. And so remember that you've got a support system behind you, whether it be just this group of people on YouTube. We are all here for you. So make sure you understand that. And finally, it says what to celebrate. I got the underworld, and I find the 3 sisters. But look at the moon. Look at the moon. Hand over your known. A shift is near. Take a leap. Your journey is clear. So you're going to shift away from not forgiving yourself and from any perceived limitation. You're going to move forward, and things are going to start to shift for you. And it's wonderful. So do celebrate it. Yeah.
Beautiful. I keep forgetting the different positions. What to embrace.
That's all right.
Okay. Justice. The decision has been made. Okay. Embrace it. So whether this is, not suggesting it's a court case, but something's come along that's either we've had to fight over, you've had to discuss, you've had to work with, something's been split, whatever it is, it's happened. And the gavel has come down, justice has been served. So let's just embrace what that decision was. And I hope that may mean something to you. 6 of Wands is what to release. So if we're talking about this as not as a court case, but as a decision or something that's been finalized, perhaps you've come out on top of it here, because this is a wonderful 6 of Wands. It's like the paparazzi. People are waiting. If you imagine this is a court case and this is you leaving court and everyone's there to capture you in the victorious pose. What to release? I don't know whether this is a sense of I've got what I needed, got what I wanted, the decision or whatever happened had come down on my side. I'm not suggesting it's going to people's heads, but just be very careful that doesn't blow up into something else. And I hope that makes sense. I'm not going to go any further with that one there. What to celebrate? You've got the Knight of Wands. again, we talked about the Knight of Wands. It is time to go and celebrate. The energy of the Knight of Wands is wonderful. It's absolutely careless, his energy, or what he gets up to. He stays up all night doing all sorts of crazy, wonderful things, and people are there to record it on their cameras and put it on social media. And, you know, he's an absolute wonderful, exciting, fun-loving, exuberant energy. Just be careful, because, as I said earlier, that energy suddenly just goes, because it gets used up very, very quickly. The Knight of Wands is the fastest burning energy. It's like a lightning bolt, and then it's done. So enjoy it while it's there. Go out and celebrate it there. But overall, actually, let the truth be heard, or let your truth be heard. Again, it's talking back about this court card or this justice card. It's talking about all of them there. So I don't know what that means to you, but I'm hoping that that has resonance. It's really interesting.
Yes. And her baby's a Cocker Spaniel. Now I can see that. I think it was because the face was so close. It looked like a bigger dog, but I love Cocker Spaniels. Thank you. Thanks, Prince Charming's mom. All right. So Warrior Girl, are you here? Leah, are you here? Amanda G, are you here? If you would just put in the chat that you are, and we will do readings for you three. And then we are done. Yeah.
Then we are done.
Yeah. We'll have to do this again. I guess it was quite popular.
Well, you're going to have to come on my channel, won't you, this time? I love it.
We'll do.
So I don't get to simulcast because I'm a free person. So I'm happy to come on any time. I like a bit of simulcasting.
Well, you know, the other thing is that I can just make you, what do you call it? Like the mod. I can add you, and you can run the show on my channel simulcasted. It can happen. Yeah. So we can do that.
Wow.
I just make you it's not a moderator, but it's like
I get
that.
a badge for it, or a special T-shirt.
Oh no T-shirt, but you might get some kibble for the kitty.
Okay, cut.
All right, so Leah's here and Amanda's here. Okay, I don't know if Warrior Girl, I guess not. So I just pulled cards for Warrior Girl, so I better put them back because I had her on my mind. So I'm going to go with Leah. Leah is asking a question about, she wonders about if she has a light language, find her light language. What we're going to do, though, Leah, at this juncture, if that's okay, we're going to do a Samhain reading for you, only because we got to sort of move on. So if that's acceptable, I might be able to help you this afternoon when I have my medium show at 2:30. So you could come back then if you'd like. All right. Something like that, Jackie. Yes, like a managing, but actually, it's a little bit higher. You get a little bit more of a title.
Title.
Oh yes, you get a title. You like.
You have to double with a sword for that to happen.
You're a BFD, a big effing deal. All right. So, Leah, I get here that, yes, you want to, your skull of light. So you are looking for illumination. You're trying to embrace that. I can see very clearly that you are wanting to know what it is. And I think you will be able to find it if you listen, because you're the only one that's going to be able to really feel that. The other thing I want to tell you, Leah, is on 11/11, I'm going to be on at 11 with Tuda. And she does light language. So maybe you want to come on as well. You could talk to Tuda about it. But that's Pacific time, 11 Pacific on 11/11. It's Saturday. So, but anyway, the illumination will come, my dear. The other thing, what to release? Release holding on to the answer. Let it go. Let it go to the universe. It will come back to you. It says that every day is a new opportunity and something is just waiting to be born. And that's exactly what you have to do, is just release the attachment. Finally, you got the pumpkin as well. What to celebrate? Pumpkin season. All right. Uncaging the spirit. Through the fertile power you hold, to taste your buttery velvet upon tongue is a gift I shall cherish every day. So, yes, celebrate your life in every way, in every day. There you go.
Perfect. Again, resonance coming from what you've just said, Ali.
Mm-hmm.
What embrace the Four of Cups. It's a lovely. I'm sure you know the Wizard of Oz. You know when the film starts off in black and white and then goes into color. This card
Uh-huh.
reminds me of that one. Everything's a bit sour, isn't it, in Kansas when it's in black and white, and yet as soon as something changes, whether that's a rainbow, whether that's a hurricane or a twister, or whether that's our own actions, is that
Mm-hmm.
things change, and we've got the color in the top of the card here and the black and white of the rest of the card. So it's time to embrace changing your viewpoints. Let's start to see the colors as they actually are there. What to release? The hardship's over. Let it
Oh,
go. It's done now. Okay. Five of Pentacles, suggesting perhaps finances, perhaps it's something to do with property, but it's done now. Okay. And again, it's time to move on because of it there. What to celebrate? Well, things are returning, my dear, because you've got the Wheel of Fortune. And this Wheel of Fortune is a
ooh.
fantastic maze. Again, look how we've got black and white on one side and color on the other of this card. Okay. So there's a lot of that going on. I've also pulled another card for you. Bear in mind, we just talked about that. It's got enlightenment. It's almost got, again, another
Yeah.
maze like we've had on there. And this enlightenment is let Goddess light fill you. And again, look at the light that's in that card. Look at the light that's in that card. So the message there is open your eyes to the lightness, because that's
Uh-huh.
what makes the change
Yes.
there. That's what
Yes.
makes the difference as we go into a new cycle.
I love all that enlightenment and going through the maze, because we feel like we have to know the way through the maze to get to the other side, but sometimes we just intuitively can get through that maze and not have to worry about the outcome. Yeah,
Oh
wow.
yeah.
Okay, you've been waiting for the green light. Well, there you go. All right.
Look
Yeah,
down, go for it.
yeah. All right. Thank you. We've got Worry Girl, and then we've got Amanda. All right. So Worry Girl, I pulled for you what to embrace. Know that you are protected. You are protected. You are protected by your guides, and you know it. You know it more than anybody else. You know it. I know you do. Those things that come to you, those aren't accidents. You have the inner wisdom and the inner knowledge, and you are absolutely protected. The second one is honor your authenticity. Remember, you are not who you were, you are who you are. And you live your life in a very authentic fashion. You can take the mask off. You don't need to worry, because everybody loves you just the way you are. Finally, I got candle magic, and I didn't get this one yet, and I love it. And I'm thinking maybe you should do some of that. Speak your breath into its velvet, recite along its spine all that you desire, all that which will unravel. Maybe do a little bit of lighting of candles, honey, and ask for what you need to know, and celebrate the beauty of the light.
I just got goosebumps there because I picked an oracle card, and as I turned it over, you actually read the words off it.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Because you went wisdom, and then you said remember.
Oh.
So it's almost like you're doing the reading for me. I might as well just, be
Oh,
quiet.
like the great Carmack,
Exactly, yeah. So the O is about wisdom, and it's again look a perfect Samhain pumpkin carving
Yes.
card there. So
Yeah.
remember, what to embrace. You've got the Queen of Cups, the spirit, spirit. What does it say? Yeah, Spirit of Cups. So that's the Queen of Cups. So you are somebody who is in charge of their emotions, or at least know how to work with emotions, know what effect emotions have on your own well-being and on the well-being of people around you. And so, that is a skill that is very hard to learn, and one that is really important, because emotions and love and everything that goes with it runs deep through us. And that's as creatures, that's how we often assess ourselves
Mhm.
against that.
Mhm.
Something to let go of, what to release. You've got the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is this kind of feisty, quick acting. Is going to cut through things. The energy is super, super fast on the Knight of Swords. He can be a little bit proud, a little bit in their own head, a little bit thinking that they're always right. So just perhaps get out of that Knight of Swords energy space, if that means anything to you, and that's how you interpret the Knight of Swords. Be careful of making comments. Bearing in mind we talked about emotions, be careful of making comments that don't cut people too deep, even if you mean it as a joke. Okay.
Oh.
Interesting what to celebrate. And you talked about, was it candles, light a candle or something?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I pulled the Ace of Pentacles, but look at the wonderful five-pointed pentacle sitting on top of
Oh.
this fish's head there. It's
Yeah.
got all four elements in there and then spirit. And as you said that, I was thinking, yes, Origo needs to
Yeah.
start to work some magic. And that could be in whatever format it is. You were suggesting
Mhm.
um, candle magic. But again, we've got all the elements here. We've got nature, we've got the air, we've got the water, we've got the earth pentacle and the fiery color of the fish. So again,
Mhm.
pulling it all together, it's now a chance to start practicing.
Absolutely. And she said on here that when we light a candle that we use all the elements, and then the same thing with what you've got there. That's amazing that those two things came up. I'm encouraged by that, warrior girl. Thank you.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, very nice. All right. Thank you for waiting, Amanda G. We're going to give you your
Oh,
reading. And so here we go. All right. So, what you need to embrace. I love this card. I haven't pulled it before, and it is scrying, which is intuition. I don't know if you necessarily need to have to be looking into a crystal ball. Wouldn't hurt. I mean, I think it would be kind of fun. Look at the candles behind it, but it's remembering, embrace your intuition. It's never wrong. It's always there. We sometimes discount it, but it's there for you to protect you. And so embrace your intuition. The second one is what to release. Release any fear that you are not on this spiritual path because you are a natural. Look at you. You're right out there in the middle of the, you got tree limbs growing off you. Oh my goodness. You're branching out, Amanda. How
mhm.
beautiful. How beautiful. And finally, what to celebrate. This is a good one too. Celebrate the nature spirits. Oh my goodness. On your toes, twirl and twirl till you're ready to take flight. They will arrive in the winds beneath your wings and speak through the swaying of the trees. And that's interesting because look, we had the trees and we got the trees again. I think you need to spend a little time outside if it's not really pouring rain where you are. Oh my God.
What to embrace? There you go. The Empress. We've really talked about the Earth
Yeah.
Mother. There she's
Yeah.
popped up again there. So there's the clarity that we needed on there. This is a bit, Amanda. I started with one deck and I was like, I don't want to use this deck. And I'd already started pulling some cards. So I put them back. And you've got two of the from another deck, the same cards in the same position. So we're going to go with this one because this message needs to come out. So the Empress came out, and for what needs to be released, you've got the Five of Pentacles again. This was in two decks. It came out there. So a bit. We've talked about this in this position. It's the finances, the ill health, the poverty that perhaps, and I'm not necessarily talking about financial poverty, but the feeling that we are downtrodden or put upon or just not being successful. Forget it. It's time to
Mhm.
get out of your head, that one there. Okay. And time to get into your head, because what to celebrate? You are being given the wonderful opportunity of thought and clear thinking. And the Ace of Swords is about clearing out all the clouds, all the thoughts, all the deceit, all the nonsense. Take a really big, deep breath because we're dealing with air here. take a deep breath, take another one, and then start thinking and start putting those thoughts down on paper. And when you start putting those thoughts down on paper, you start actioning them. And that's going to be a wonderful new chapter. I pulled a card for you, which again, Aley, you were talking about this as scrying and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Safety. You are held. And I think that's really important, Amanda. When all of this is going on, we can sometimes again just think, oh, we're all our own little people bobbling around doing our own little things, whether it's scrying or tarot or what, forgetting sometimes there's a bigger picture, and we are being looked after, and we are being encouraged to do that, and we are being encouraged to do the thinking, and we need to give ourselves time for that to happen.
Yes, absolutely.
Lovely.
Beautiful. So
Beautiful.
if anybody, please go over to Longman Tarot and sign up for Ritchie. He's in the UK, does several shows a week or so, and he's going to have a couple coming up real soon. Yeah,
I'm popping up on Gerald's channel on Monday. I've got my live tomorrow. As I said, I'm talking about, we're not actually doing readings, but we're talking about how you go about setting up.
How you do it in the real time. What
you need to remember to do, how many cards you're going to pull, what cards you're going to pull, what happens when it doesn't work, all of those wonderful, terrifying factors that tarot readers have to deal with.
Yeah. It's awesome. Well, thanks everybody for staying with us for 2 hours, especially you, Ritchie, because you worked today, and we appreciate you very much. So thank you, my dear.
I appreciate it. I love being here, Aley. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thanks, Whitefly, and good luck. I know you're going to be fine. Yeah. Your animal spirit oracle cards, I'm going to check into them right now when I get done. Take care. Bye, everybody, and thank you all. Thank you, moderators. Have a good day. Bye.